What am I gonna be more mad at? The feet or the head cut off? The head cut off.
The head cut off for sure.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to say fuck the feet.
Or we can sit on the floor, you know what I'm saying?
Are we really gonna do that? Are we really gonna sit on the floor? We can.
We can.
We can. You want to?
That's cool too.
Alright, we'll do it. I've done it one time before. We're not gonna do it right now. I'm gonna smoke. Oh yeah, that looks great. You look great.
Thank you.
That was a cheesy line.
What'd you say?
That was cheesy. It was a cheesy line.
No, it wasn't.
It was just a warm up.
We're just getting started. We're really just getting started.
You ready to go?
What y'all don't know. Yes. And cheers. White
Cheers.
Claws. Cheers.
Why can't they be Black Claws? Episode of the Harmon Warhol Show, and today I have a special guest. She is a singer, songwriter, photographer, gender fluid, Deziree. Oh, and mom. Boom. Okay, that was cool. So anyway, born and raised in Stockton, California. How you doing today, Deziree?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing. I'm cool. I was trying to be honest, but I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna we ain't being honest today.
I'm doing cool.
I'm cool.
All right, we love the honesty.
I'm cool. I can't say that I'm doing great, but I can't say that I'm doing horrible. I got a parking ticket this morning.
Ah.
Yeah, I had to say it. I was just
Damn.
like, man. But you know what? I laughed it off. Picked myself up by my bootstraps.
Yes.
And, went and welded. But you.
It's okay.
You said, what'd you do today? You said you did some business calls. You got some photo shoots done.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of photo shoots, one that I wasn't actually invited to, Little Jelly, what was it, the melanin? Was you the melanin?
Vitiligo?
Vitiligo? I don't know. Vitiligo? Everybody was naked. I had Jody on here. You was actually the head person for that, right?
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What was the invite?
Hey, it was for everybody.
I'm kidding.
He put the PSA out for everybody, so.
Oh, I didn't know.
There you go.
Maybe I was not woke, but yeah. You ran that? How was that?
It was great. It was beautiful. It was the first time that I ever got to direct something through my photography.
Yeah.
So it was really beautiful, and everybody cooperated and was very comfortable. Like, everybody was naked.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
It was cool. I was like,
I'm trying to be regular right now. I'm just like, yo, bro, just get to you was directing a whole bunch of naked people to touch people and everything.
They were so comfortable.
Yeah, I guess just the right people showed up. Is that
the right people did show up? The right people.
I guess that's why I didn't go. I've been making too many jokes and shit. Everybody like, hey, God, this ain't the time or no place. But so photography. How long have you been shooting photography?
Seriously, just this year.
Mm-hmm.
But I got a camera when I was 15, and I was just taking pictures of landscapes, the sunset, just little things I thought were cute. But yeah, like officially for real, for a year now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So why now though?
That's a good question.
You have some good shots though. You have some really nice shots.
Thank
you know
you.
what I mean? So just for doing it a year, seriously, but you always just been artistic?
Yeah.
Okay, so born and raised in Stockton, you said you actually lived in North Side, not too far from here and everything. Mm-hmm. So you always just sang and did photography and art, really?
Yeah, I always danced. I started out as a dancer.
Okay.
Really big dancer. Like, my mom wanted me to dance my whole life, and so dance was my life for a very long time. Like, I was competing at dance competitions, and I've been crowned Cypher Queen, and like I really went to So You Think You Can Dance auditioned and all that. Like,
oh, really?
Made it to the second round. Dance was really my life for a very long time. But I also had other passions, and it wasn't until I moved out of my mother's house that I got to explore all of my passions and the things that I'm passionate about. So, yeah.
What I was gonna say is like, so what did your mom and like dad do?
So my mom, what did she do? She worked at like a DMV or something like that.
Did she dance and shit?
No, my mom doesn't dance. She doesn't sing. She's not artistic.
But she just pushed you in the direction you were going.
Yeah.
Okay.
And my dad, he was a dancer, and he was the creative one.
Okay.
And so she saw that creativity in me, and she wanted me to pursue dance at the time. So yeah, but I've always been able to express myself artistically, and my mom always wanted me to do that growing up. So.
What was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? I went blank again right now. Just thinking about fucking dancing. Okay, so what made you like stop dancing?
So.
Well, you still dance though.
I
You
dance.
even taught dance. You said at one time.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I stopped pursuing dance because there's a lot of competition, and there's a lot of people just trying to be on top. And I realized that after competing for so long, and after just trying to be on top for so long and not being on top, my spirit was exhausted. And I was just like, I can't do this anymore. Like, my spirit was done. And also, I went to college. I wanted to be a dance major. And my dance teacher at the time, she was so intense, and she would pick at us like, what is this, you're fat. Like, she would really just pick at our bodies.
Was she not from this country?
No, she was French.
Okay,
she was French.
That was your French accent?
Yeah, she was like, what is this?
You sounded like fucking African.
She was African. She was African. She was from France.
Wait, hold on. I gotta look at you. Like, what? What is this?
What is this?
She was from France. Okay.
She was from France, and she was African.
Okay. What is this bullshit?
What is this? Yes, pretty much. And she just exhausted my spirit, and I just didn't feel the call to it that I did. So I was like, let me try to pursue other things, and then
What high school did you go to?
Bear Creek.
Oh, you went to Bear Creek? Okay, for sure. And then, so what did you get up into in there? Like, what kind of kid were you out there?
So, before Bear Creek, I went to Langston Hughes Academy, which is like a college prep. Very different than high school. Like, you have to wear uniforms. You would get in trouble if you're wearing colorful shoes, colorful whatever, if you're hugging your friend too long. Like, very...
You think that had an impact on how you live your life today?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Because then when I went to Bear Creek, I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Let's get it out here.
What the fuck? I saw people making out in the hallway.
Yeah.
Girls are wearing booty shorts.
Yeah.
Walking around.
We was out there.
Everybody was out there. I was like, what? This is a culture shock. This is a culture shock for me. So, at Bear Creek.
Because there's a lot of culture.
A lot. It was so crazy for me to see. A lot of flavor, lots of energy, lots of different things going on. Clubs, activities. And
a lot of Asian people.
Lots of Asian people. Yes. And I'm Filipino too, so I was like...
Oh, you're Filipino too? Oh, shit. That's what's up. Wait, who's Filipino? Your dad?
My mom.
Your mom?
My mom's Mexican.
It's usually never the other way around.
Yeah.
I was just trying to take a shot. I was like... I'm black and Mexican, and dad black.
Oh, that's tight.
Dad black.
It's always the daddy.
Yeah, it's always the daddy. Yeah. Very rare the other way around. Very rare. I have seen some Asian dudes getting with Latin chicks. I have been seeing that.
Yes, they know what's up.
Yeah. Okay, but anyway, you
But when I went to Bear Creek, like I said, I was a dancer, and I saw that they had like a rally, or they had like regular dance sessions, and I was like, let me get into that. And so I got into that, and that's how I like really found my mark in high school. Everybody knew me as a dancer. Everybody knew who Deziree was. Like, I was very popular with dancing, and we were all like a unit, and we would just walk around school and be like, hey, you guys are tight. We saw you at the rally. And it was cool. So in high school, I was just
The dancer.
I was just a dancer.
Yeah.
That's what everybody knew me as.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Because I'm thinking about my shit.
Don't get me started. I will ask you questions too.
You can. You boys, this is a hangout.
Who were you in high school?
Man. I don't know. I know there's probably some people who are watching this like, nigga, you was the motherfucking Yeah, I don't know, man. I was a lot of people in high school.
That's right.
Beginning for sure picked on nerd, misfit. The middle, just the athlete, like just the athlete. But like senior year, people, I was like wilding. Like people thought I was like, crazy or like.
Why were you wilding?
Looking back, I wasn't really wilding, but it was really just because like. It's just from the outside I realized, but at the end that's like I realized like what it looked like to people that kind of played into it, you know what I mean? Because like I had in the middle of my period, in my middle of all my classes, I took a class out because I had enough credit. Cause I went to summer school every year, yeah, even a couple of times just to redo it. I never like needed to go. It was just really just to redo a class and shit. So I had enough credits and everything and all that shit. And GPA was cool, so my teacher my counselor let me do it. So everyone had 6 classes. I had 5.
Oh, okay. So you had an extra.
So like niggas would be like, nigga, you never in class. And I'm like, I don't have class.
That's dope. I just got it like that.
Yeah, so literally for like a minute, I hadn't have any. It was dope as fuck.
That's
like
tight.
Yeah, so like I was just out here just, smoking, kicking it, taking people out. They would be ditching class. I'd be like, y'all want to go to Mongolian barbecue, bro?
What high school did you go to?
I went to Bear Creek. Yeah.
That's rare. That's rare that I meet somebody that went to Bear Creek.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, everybody's like, I went to Lincoln,
Stag, Edison, all that other shit. Yeah, but I'm on Creek, nigga.
He said Mongolia. That's right down the street.
Nah, over here, but back in the day, that shit wasn't. That shit was.
That they did just make that.
Yeah,
y'all was buzzing trips.
Yeah, this 08, nigga. This 08, cuz.
Oh, shit. That's tight.
Had the Mercury Milan, nigga. That brand new whip. My piano teacher was hating on me and loving me at the same time because he was like, his car newer than mine, nigga. I hate my divorce. But piano teacher. But anyway.
That's funny.
So what got you into the singing and the music and that drill?
So, my boyfriend at the time.
Drill.
I love your little spin on it. I love your spin on it.
Yeah.
But what were you saying?
Well, are you talking about the song or are you talking about getting into music?
Getting into music.
Okay, yeah. Your boyfriend at the time. Continue.
Yeah, my boyfriend at the time, he was also known in high school as like, everybody knew who he was. But in high school we weren't together. It was like after high school.
Yeah.
That I met him, moved out of my mom's house, and he was like, hey, I want you to be on this mixtape. I was like, I don't sing.
Yeah.
I don't sing. And I was told that I couldn't sing because my mom wanted me to be a dancer. She was like, you don't sing, you're supposed to be a dancer,
Yeah.
So I believed that I couldn't sing for so long that I moved out and I said, I don't sing. He was like, it's fine, bro. Like, it's cool. And I was like, oh, all right. So I was singing on this mixtape and that was the beginning of it all.
How old were you?
I think I was 19.
19? Okay, for sure.
So that's how it all started. It was just like, whoa.
And then you caught the bug? Did you get like a good response out of it or knowing it didn't even matter?
No.
You just more like when you heard it back, you're just like, oh shit.
Looking back, like in that moment, we were like, this shit is tight.
Yeah, it's always,
this shit is
it's like
so
that with
tight.
everything. And then you can look back, you're like, unless you really feel good about it or you really had a certain moment with that song, most of the time you're like, why did we think this was tight? It was so tight. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, because I listen back to it now, I'm just like.
But you're proud because you know where you're like, oh my god, it's my first thing ever.
Yeah.
And it's also now you think like of what you know you could do, even in the future, how much better you could be. So that's why you're like, oh, but it's a good thing to look back at it.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. We all send it to each other and we're just like, what were these niggas on? Like, we thought we were really it. We just laugh at it. But at the time, it was really liberating. It was something that was like empowering for me because I wanted to show that, I wasn't just a dancer and I wanted to sing and try different things. So
you didn't have to put yourself in that box anymore.
Yeah, it was really like a step outside, and I was only 19, and so like really fresh out of high school, didn't know anything in high school. All I did was dance. I didn't drink in high school. I didn't smoke in high school. None of that. So once I graduated from high school and I went into a different world, I was like, oh, there's a lot more happening.
So much more potential, to do things. Oh, so much more room for activities.
Yeah, activities, learning yourself, spiritual awakening, society, all of that. Like, that was a really awakening time for me, and I was like, oh my God, this is what life is like? This is crazy.
That's what, okay, so this is me just poking, how many siblings do you have?
One.
So you're the oldest or youngest?
Oldest.
Okay, I'm the oldest too.
That's tight.
You have a younger brother or younger sister?
Younger brother.
That's so weird. We're opposite.
Yeah, younger sister.
Younger sister. How much? What's the age difference?
I think it's 1 year.
Really? Me and my sister are exactly 1 year and 51 weeks.
Oh wow, you know the exact.
Well, just because if I say 51 weeks, it's 1 week shy of 2 years. That's why I say that. Just because I'm like, that's crazy, right?
That is crazy.
Like our birthdays are, and though it's so crazy where we get to have our separation, she's a Virgo, I'm a Libra, just because of that week. So we're both not Libras. We're both on that, even though we're a week apart. We can both be different signs. Wow. So it's like that's kind of cool too.
That
so I
is
was
cool.
like, yeah, I think it's so weird that it landed like that.
Hey, everything happens out of months.
Yeah, that's why. But the thing is, this is the crazy part. My parents, same exact thing. 1 year, 51 weeks apart. But they're both Tauruses.
And they're Tauruses too?
Stubborn.
Wow.
That's the only thing I believe in that whole zodiac sign. Yeah,
wow.
Taurus.
Okay, you're talking about, I don't know, before this interview.
Tauruses,
before this
stubborn.
Interview, he was like, I don't know about signs, but he's like, 1 week, 51 years.
No, but what did I say? What was my answer? I know girls who know about so that's what they tell me. And I just looked into the Taurus thing and stuff just because of like my it's like when we try to research for these hosts. But anyway, I'm sorry, but it's a joke. It's a joke. Hunters do research too, you know what I mean, about bears and
that's all I've ever done.
Bucks.
Like people I've known in my life, I've only ever searched up their chart. I've only been like, oh, this is a love interest. This is my mom. This is my brother. I want to learn more about their sign. So I would look up their sign. Yeah. But just in general, I don't look into it as a whole.
Yeah.
So I feel you on that.
Yeah, it's really It's just like there has to be some coincidences, in it. Just because, people are born around the same time, are going to have certain similar experiences. Yes. So you should use that information a little bit.
Yeah, just learn about it.
Take a little bit out of it, you know what I mean? Because I think that does, think about, especially in our society, about, most kids, have year-round school, or not year-round, but, their summer's off. You know what I mean? So think about if your birthday's during the summer, if your birthday, I remember mine was always, especially because I started school early, so I was when I graduated high school I was 17, and when I went to college I was 17. I had to sign waivers for the first semester and shit. And people would be like, "What the fuck? You got to sign a semester or a waiver?" Or I had to have my parents sign. I had to go to I could have forged or whatever. People laughing at me, but I'm just saying it's just funny so it changed me just because everybody's mine's right at the beginning, and especially I had a different type of school for elementary so I didn't have during school my birthday wasn't really going on, you know what I'm saying? So with other people they're like, oh, it's right, Christmas or whatever. Everyone has even those kids, oh, my birthday's in December. Everyone feels like fucking Christmas. Now everyone has those similar experiences. You don't think they're gonna have a serious life upbringing, to a degree. I mean, even if it's just 1%, that's 1% to look into.
That's facts.
Yeah. That was my rant on
I love it.
So you just started singing right away? So right after that mixtape, you just what?
Right after that mixtape, it was fuel. So I was like, oh, I gotta...
What'd you start feeling on?
When I start what?
Alright, but... Trip! Oh! I'm killing it! White Claw!
But it was, anyways, going back to the subject. After that, I was just featured on the project. So I was just listening to beats on YouTube, and I was like, I should make a mixtape. And I made a mixtape, and when I dropped it, it was actually successful, and people were hitting me up like, "Whoa, Dez, I think you're really gonna make it. I really like your music." And I was like, "What?" And so I tried to pursue that like really intensely for a while, but it didn't work out. Yeah. So I stopped, and then I stopped for like 2 years, and then I don't know, I just got the urge to sing and create for me. I feel like in the past I was creating to like try to prove people wrong, prove like I'm not just a dancer.
Yeah.
I can be more. And you can't move in that way. I don't think you can be successful in that way. You can, for many people they probably can, but for me, I just don't think I had the right intentions. And then I came to a point where I was like, I just want to do it for me, and that was actually recent.
Yeah.
And then I started making music and making visuals and started performing more, and people were just like
fucking with it.
People were fucking with it.
I see people fucking with it. So, I mean, I think especially hearing it now, like, I don't know, I always try to, that's why I especially, like, inspire these podcasts and stuff, just to hear people's stories and startups. Because, I mean, even you kind of similar with me. Like, I didn't, like, even though I loved music, even people would know me, like, oh, Mike knows fucking, like, you see all this, like, these are all the CDs and records that I collect. Like, I love music and shit. Tight. So even back then, people knew I had I'm the headphone kid or whatever at the one time, too. And fucking, I didn't think I could rap until like I was 18, 17. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even think I could until my homie forced me to do a song, and then you're like, oh shit, like nigga, you need to do this every day, son. I'm the best ever, or I'm about to be. Ain't nobody doing this.
This shit is so tight. Ain't nobody know what's going on.
Bro, my first song was called Dookie Piss. Ain't nobody not ever that nigga.
Nobody has that name.
Son.
That's iconic right there. Oh.
Fuck Soulja Boy.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Dropping bombs. Shots have been fired.
Nah, fuck Soulja Boy. But anyway, so going into your new music and things now, like you've been performing. I saw you performed at Cast Iron last week. You have this new music video out called Trip. You could come down what did you call down my road or street anytime?
You could come down my block anytime.
Ooh.
And I'll come.
yeah. See, and he was like, yo. Wait, let's go into that already, because that's what I wanted to go into. So, like, what inspired that? You just did that one day? Or you had, like, an idea, like, yo, I'm about to fucking,
I just listened to music on YouTube. I freestyle. And then it turns into something. So this time around, I wanted to make something summery. Like, summer was coming, summer was approaching, and I was like, it's time to make something. And so I was just freestyling at the park, and I recorded myself, and then next thing you know, Drip was made. So it was just a freestyle. It started out as a freestyle, and everything that I ever do is always a freestyle, and then I just piece it together, and I record it on Snapchat. I recorded on my Snapchat, and then I listen back, and then I just start building on that. So Drip was just like, it's summer. I heard the beat, and I was like, this is tight, and just freestyled. Thought about summer.
All I heard and that song sounded like just like ice cream. I just felt like ice cream melting.
I love that.
Like, and I'm still eating it though.
I love that.
And maybe, and like exactly what you did, like, and then maybe a bad bitch on rollerblades, poem, like this.
I wanted it to be so summery because summer was approaching, and I was at the park, and I was like, oh shit, we're not in winter anymore. I need to make a summer song, and so that's where all the inspiration stemmed from.
That's what's up. Yeah, I really liked it. Like, you really had like some nice pieces. You had like if people like if you don't know those people, like in those, especially like one thing I was gonna actually bring up before too, is just like seeing you in these spaces. A lot of times, like having these shows and stuff in Stockton, a lot of these gatherings, you can call it. You know what I mean? That's what, again, inspired the podcast. I'm like, oh man, there's countless people I could just interview. You know what I mean?
Endless.
And seeing you when you pull up to those, like that last one that I performed at, you know what I mean? Especially like how you told me about like, those vibes you do and everything like that. You know, that thing that you gained from you know, going to Langston Hughes Academy, right? He was a judge, by the way. It's not February, but anyway, and then going to Bear Creek, getting your culture shock, being known as a dancer, you know, being cocooned from that into being other things, not put in a box, you know what I mean? Butterfly, I said that, you know, SZA.
Wow.
But what I said is your energy and vibe and stuff was very, I saw that when you walked in, people know you. I mean, obviously it's just living here and stuff, but your interactions and, you know, creating these relationships with these people, polyamory. But
Here we go. Oh shit. Oh my god. Chug it. Go.
Alright.
That was insane. Yeah.
Yeah, but see, like, your vibe and everything was definitely, you know, out there. Like, people saw it, you know, I'm like, oh shit, everybody's gotta say, we didn't really say hi to each other.
We did.
Because we never had, this is our first time ever having we said hi and bye to each other or whatever, because again, at these events and everything, you know what I mean? And I have to be very aware of myself of not trying to act like I'm trying to pursue people.
I feel that.
My natural energy comes off that way.
You know, me too. Me too. A lot of people be like, is Dez trying to get at me? I'll be like, I'm just 11.
I mean, most of the time you might be right. But not all the time. I would say 75% of the time. 75% of the time, I'm probably, you know, if you're a woman, I'm probably trying to holler. It's a good 25%. If we do, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. This is easy. Hey, we're trying to do a podcast. We're trying to do a song. We're trying to do a photo shoot. You know, I have countless people you can look down my end. Hey, we business, bro. But if it wasn't for that, I'd be like, yo, what's good?
What's good? What's up with you?
Yeah.
Feel you.
Like, yeah. But, what was I? Oh, yeah, but that's also why I keep my distance. But that's why I do that to people. But people in general, even dudes or whatever, like, it's just like, I don't know. Like, I even feel weird asking, like, people, like, to do my podcast. Because I don't want you to, like, oh, is he trying to get something from me? I'm like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's weird. And then also, I'm like, I don't, it's like almost like meet your heroes, you know what I mean? Sometimes, like, even though some of the people, like, they'll say, like, oh, yeah, but scheduling keeps getting conflicted and stuff, and where it's like, it kind of turns you off, like, you know what I mean, on that person. I'm like, oh, I don't want to be turned off on people because you know what I mean? So it's just like, that's a lot of the thing or whatever. But anyway, again, your energy is carried and picked up by a lot of people, even though, you know, like I said, I never even really talked to you or met you, but just seeing you at these venues and, you know, again, going back to the drip videos why I brought this up, is because you had so many people, you know, in these events and doing these things, you know, have their little either mini business making jewelry or whatever. They're in this video, you know what I mean? And they're supporting. And that's a big deal to me when I see things like that. Even if you look at other rappers and artists, there's like these little cameos that you see and you're like, oh shit, so-and-so pulled up. And you have to have that support out here to be any type of get views or anything, you know what I mean? You have to actually be out here, you know what I mean, outside. So like, how'd you feel about that support from all those people? Because I'm like, that's tough. I've shot videos. It's tough to gather a bunch of people on time.
It was crazy because everybody was just down. Everybody was down.
That's what you need. Like, but you created that vibe and put it out there. To,
and anything I create, I always want to bring.
Way to go.
Thank you. Anywhere I ever go or I I just want to make sure that I'm creating a vibe that people want to be in. And that's how I've always been, because I used to throw events and everything, and every time I ever threw an event, somebody was like, I just love being here, and I just love the way that it felt. And so that's always what I want to put out in everything that I do. So when people are like, oh, you about to have a music video? Oh yeah,
pull up.
I'm there. I'm there. So people were so supportive, and hella people actually hit me, hella people actually hit me up. But you know how it goes, like, a lot of people are down, and then when it gets closer and closer to the day, less and less people start coming. So at first I had like 30 people. 30 people were down, but I notified them a month in advance, and then because I want to make sure people can make it, you know. But as the time went on, you know, people started, I'm busy, I gotta do this, but the right people are gonna be there.
All the time. The people who show up to like things like that, like, it's hard to get them there, but the people who do show up, most of the time it's like, oh, they're all about it. You know what I mean? You almost feel bad, like, damn, I wish I had more for you to do.
Oh my god, yes. I wish I had more to give you. Like, I wish I could.
Like, damn. But it makes you step up for the next time and stuff. Even I tell like my homie artists, like, you know, like, I'm definitely one of those guys who like, nigga, like, instead of like I said, like, when we were doing the cameras and shit, and I'm like, we can sit here all day thinking about what angle to do and put, and like, that's how I am with songs sometimes. But like, as I get older, I'm like, nigga, let's just do better the next one. Because we could be here all day picking this apart.
You can't be a perfectionist, you know
what I'm saying? You just gotta go with the flow, and then hopefully that next time you learned, and you'll see that from the next time, like, oh shit, we were a lot smoother, a lot better, I had more ideas, more things, shit came out together, you know. But I always expect that those type of things, like 10 less people, you know what I mean? I always go, like,
you gotta expect
I do 10 less and 10 more, so like on those events, like, you know, I'll be like, hey yo bro, there's a possibility there'd be 30 people here, but like, let's say worst comes to worst, it'll be 10, honestly.
And even 10 is cool. And
10 is cool. It's the right people. Yeah, you know what I mean? I'd rather have 100 soldiers than 1,000 fucking people, you know what I mean?
That's real.
Exactly. What was I gonna go into? I'm so mad. But you were going good on some other topic, and I was just like, ooh, I want to grab that and use it. Oh, the movie we were talking about.
We were talking about
that vibe.
The support and the vibe, and like, how is it having people pull up and support?
Yeah, but there was more or something. It was so perfect. Honestly, it was more of a segue. It's the topic is still in my head. It's the segue I was gonna go like, oh yeah, since you were talking.
It might come back to you. Might come back to you. But can you grab me another one of those?
You want this Stella? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll grab one too.
Thank you. You just downed one too.
Oh man. I got work tomorrow. But that beer flopped, you know what I mean? So there wasn't that much beer in it.
That's cool. Thank you. Why did you open it like that? What the fuck?
I'm amazing. But anyway.
Oh, the lighter.
No, I actually did it with the other beer.
I know, I saw that.
The first time I did it with the beer.
Okay, you're clean. You're amazing, you are.
No, I just, you know, just do it. But what was I gonna damn, I'm so mad about it. I missed that segue. I gotta fucking write them down or some shit. But anyway, so like building these relationships with people and like you know, through your music, and just like, how does that feel? Like, you know what I mean? Like, again, like, because the only reason I bring that up, because like I was tying that in prior, is like, you know, you were known as the dancer. You know what I'm saying? So like now, like when you pull up to these events and these groups of people, your social media of whatever, like who you are and what you're perceived. You know what I mean? Because you have to notice it and witness it and either play into it or play down to it or just not even worry about it. You know what I mean? So like, how do you feel now about how you're perceived? From that girl who was the dancer to
it's
like
amazing.
Who's Deziree.
It's truly amazing because I feel like I'm in a place of life, even though it's hard and there's lots of battles. I know where I am in my artistry. I know where I am in myself, and so when I sing and people receive me, or people know my songs, or people just in the crowd are really in tune with what I'm doing, or they're singing my songs back with me, I'm like, this is amazing.
Does that get you off?
It makes me emotional. It makes me emotional. It's like, it is like a high. Like, I want to hear that every time I go on stage. I want to hear people singing my songs. I want to know that there's somebody in the crowd that like really knows what I create. So it's like, it's really surreal, and it makes me emotional. And it's like, what? Because I was known as a dancer, and that's really what I thought I was gonna be. Like, I really thought when I was a little girl, I was like, I want to be in a Missy Elliott video. I want to be in a Sierra.
I'm gonna be better with chicken wing around.
I want to be the winner of So You Think You Can Dance. Like, I want to do this. Like,
I'm gonna dance with the Jabberwockies.
I want to dance with the Jabberwockies, and one of my close friends, she actually dances with the Jabberwockies. Like, that's how close I am in the dance community. But then I found my own passion, I found my own path, and made music that made me feel good. And through that made other people feel good. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, you guys really fuck with what I'm doing? Whoa, that's a different feeling than movement, than expressing myself through movement and people feeling that, because I feel like your voice is very powerful, the tongue is very powerful. So if I sing something and it resonates with people and people are singing it back, that's some really powerful energy going on. Like, people are singing something that I created and they're feeling healing from it, or they're feeling inspiration from it, or it's helping them get through something. Like, that's a different feeling than I've ever felt in my life. So it's like,
so it gets you off. But yeah, that's all you were describing to me. I was like, bro, it sounds like you're just... Speaking of getting off... This is what I do add. White Claw. If you
White Claw does it. I'm saying,
if you want them to tell their truths, White Claw, Stella.
Shit. I wouldn't say it gets me off, but it makes me feel good, which I guess is the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, because the thing is, I feel like even though it's not the same, maybe muscles or nerves or whatever, it's probably getting the same pathways are used or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's weird. That performance shit's weird.
Yeah.
Being known like you didn't even know my real name.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people really think like that's you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's weird. So that's why I ask other people, like, so like, I mean, nigga, you got more followers than me, bro. You got more shit to uphold, nigga. Like, and the thing is, what's weird about this podcast, like, niggas don't be watching, but they be watching.
They be watching,
yeah, bro.
No,
I'm like,
I feel that.
I'm like, yo, you put yourself out there. People be watching. They don't be showing you. They be watching. Because I'm like, because you have a conversation with them, and they're like, how you know so much about my podcast, and I never see a like, bro. I'm like, you asking me all these questions about this shit right now.
I felt that.
And I'm like, yo, fam. And I'm not trying to even be salty. I'm literally asking. Real. I'm asking the question, like,
it's real.
Like, bro, like, I'm trying to figure it out because I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? So it's really just that's why I asked, like, you know, like, you be feeling them feelings?
Of course. I mean, like, I think it's deeper than just getting off. Like, it's connecting with people. It's knowing that, like, you're heard, and knowing that you're seen, knowing that, like, people really hear you and see you. Because I feel like in life, I think we just feel we're not seen, we're not heard. Okay, but I always relate that, personally, I relate that to attention. And then attention, like, all those words you said sounded positive. Attention did not seem like a positive word. You know, attention's like, ooh, what is... You want attention.
Yeah. But to me, that's what it seems like. But that's, to me, I'm like, yeah, that's...
yeah, that's valid.
We got 2 cameras on us for no reason. We're just having a conversation. We could have done this without cameras and a microphone.
Yo. You're funny, bro. Oh my god.
I'm wearing yellow glasses. But anyway, but I just keep always going to that perspective and things and stuff. Here, let's do an icebreaker real quick.
Okay.
Bowling alleys have germs to spare. That was a double entendre. What bowling alley staple contains the most fecal matter?
What?
What bowling alley staple contains the most fecal matter? A, the scorekeeping touchscreen. The shoes, B. C, the air vent. D, the finger holes in the balls. What bowling alley staple contains the most fecal matter? So what thing at a bowling alley has the most fecal matter? Shit.
I'd say
The scorekeeping touchscreen, the shoes, that air vent, the fingers in the balls.
I say the fingers of the balls.
You are correct. The fingers in the balls. All right, you win that one. That one just was like, because even with the double entendre at the beginning, you already fingers in the balls with that fecal matter, fingers and balls.
But I'm sure.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was, come on. All right, your turn. If I miss this, you win. And then I gotta down this beer.
Oh, shit.
And that'll be the last beer I drink. Yeah.
A survey revealed that doing this too soon.
But you gotta speak up. I know you're being cute right now. You gotta speak up.
This is how I talk.
Okay.
This is how I talk.
It doesn't sound like it now.
This is how I talk, bro. Especially if I'm reading something off.
Okay, well, read more.
A survey revealed that doing this too soon in a relationship will make a guy run for the hills.
Ooh.
A, talking about the future.
I feel like God's talking to me right now. Talking about the future.
Listen. B, asking to leave stuff at his place. C, never getting off your phone. D, talking about an ex.
Oh.
Which one is it?
Damn. Those
A,
are all good reasons.
talking about the future. B, asking to leave stuff at his place. C, never getting off your phone. D, talking about an ex. The question was, a survey revealed that doing this too soon in a relationship...
I got it. Because it's either C or D to me. Okay, see, I see. You know why I said that? Like, I saw your reaction. So
I'm good at things that I do. Don't look at my reaction, just listen to the question.
I did both.
Alright.
Because from that reaction you gave me, I know I'm either totally right or totally wrong. So I'm going to go in my good faith that I'm awesome. C or D, and C was... repeat that again. C.
Never getting off your phone.
See, that's a bitch move because everybody's on their phone, but that would annoy me. That would be, personally, that's me. That would be mine. Like all that other stuff, but what's D?
Talking about an ex.
Talking about an ex. See, I think most dudes, that would get them insecure.
Yes, that's valid.
You know what I mean? And I think most guys are like that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be hearing about this girl,
Yeah, I don't want to be hearing about...
Like, bitch, you over him? You know
yeah, are you over him or
But even girls hate that. Girls, I've tested...
Nobody wants to hear about the ex.
Nobody wants to hear about the ex.
Yes.
So I'm going to go with that Family Feud answer. What do I think's more... Even though I think the phone thing is... Because I might ask a question or, she might have to bring up the ex for the story. You know what I mean? So I can't... But you're on your phone the whole time. But the thing is, especially nowadays, this game was made in 2020. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
It's probably phone, but everyone's on their phone. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go D.
You are wrong.
Oh, what is it?
It's A.
Oh!
Talking about the future.
The future?
Yeah.
Damn, I guess that's what I'm saying.
I think you gotta stop taking it you gotta stop thinking about it so personal. Because you were like, this is how I feel. And maybe some other people might feel this way, but...
The
you
future.
Think about it in a broader term.
Do you feel that way? If people bring up the future?
No.
That's what I'm saying.
I love that shit. Let's talk about the future. What's up?
Either way, but either side, like, even whether it's like being together in the future or whether if it's just like in general the future, you know what I mean? Because I'll make a joke, you know what I mean? But that's me. I don't know.
Yeah.
So again, I don't know.
Yeah,
I guess I got to down the spirit. You won. We're not gonna go keep.
But this is for guys.
What do you mean?
It says
a guy would think about the future like, oh shit, because I gotta think about guys. I would think that's why I said the C. I didn't think C was gonna happen because guys are like, oh, the bitch was on the phone. They're like, some guys are like, yeah, because that bitch she didn't talk.
I can understand how they're talking about an ex though.
Yeah, that would just think.
But running for the hills, because typically in the media, guys are seen to not be planning the future, not wanting to plan the future, not wanting to be committed.
I was thinking, but the thing is,
the future,
I didn't think about that answer in that sense though. Like, oh, look at this bitch. Like, if they would have said like talking about marriage, then I'd be like, yeah, fuck no. Like, you know what I mean? But, like, the future.
That's probably what they're saying.
I'd be like, I talked about like,
future,
like you trying to go on future adventures, bitch. Like, what do you mean?
What do you mean? You want me to down it with you?
No, you don't have to. I'm gonna stick to my word.
Alright.
Alright. And I didn't mean like bitch sounds funnier than girl or woman.
You're just trying to make the folks laugh.
This is
I think we understand. Go. This is his second one that he's down in. And he has work tomorrow. Yes.
Alright, I did it for you guys. Probably not the best thing to do, but it was fun. Not saying it's over, but anyway, I brought up.
I do have to use the restroom.
You do? Okay,
Yes.
This is perfect time. Take a break right here.
Great. Break.
Polyamory next.
Yes.
And we back. Damn, I didn't have another drink. I hit the weed.
Get you another drink?
No, I don't know. We'll take the glasses off of this one so people know it's real. So, gender fluid. What makes you gender fluid?
So, I've never been asked this question before. I never even had to think about it before. Damn. I feel like there's this really masculine version of me. I call him Miguel, and he's really a person, bruh. And when I'm Miguel, like,
Is it like Nicki Minaj's Roman?
Something like that. It's similar to that.
So is it a straight man? Or is it a gay dude?
Straight.
Okay.
Straight.
Okay.
And so when I'm Miguel, I'm very masculine, very dominant, and I like to be called handsome, I like to be called sexy, I like to talk to the women, I like to dress up very masculine. And so what makes me gender fluid is just being able to flow through being Miguel and flow through being me, being Deziree as well. It can be very complex.
Even when the sun don't shine, I got faith in you and I put your pretty little hand in. I feel like Miguel sometimes too, Deziree. I was thinking about that halfway when you were talking about
I feel like Miguel too.
I feel you though on that. I mean, I feel like there's definitely like a feminine side to me, and I think a lot of people would say that because like people would either think I'm gay, or I would think it sometimes to me would be like me trying to act like a woman sometimes.
That's real.
Or what I think a woman would be like. But I also think about like I think like sometimes I what is it, stereotype it, but sometimes the reason I over stereotype it sometimes because there are all these women with these thoughts and these ideas, and they actually move to society a different way from like men do, because a lot of men are like fuck it and be real and suppress things, like you know what I mean, a lot of those like even at like the most beta of men, you know, have those ideas and thoughts, where like women, you know what I mean, I feel like more of a pressure is on them, you know, and you all hear a story from almost every woman of some type of something of pressure from whatever it is. You know what I mean? Of what society wants them to be.
Absolutely.
So it's just like that idea. Sometimes I stereotype it because every girl has that one night or one thing they do that is way out of their character. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I think we all do.
Yeah, I know that, but it's just you can categorize it into things like, you know what I mean? Either that one drunken, crazy, belligerent night of dancing, or maybe just like maybe being like over feminine and dressing a certain way, you know what I mean? Eating disorder, you know what I mean? It could be just some, you know what I mean? They're just things, but like those are like the things that keep coming up in those, you know what I mean? Of them trying, where a guy is more of like, you know, just trying to prove himself to be a thing, you know what I mean? Like the ideal of, you know.
Yeah, I hear you.
I don't know why I started talking. Oh, gender fluidity.
Yes. Yeah, I think it's important to explore all sides of ourselves. So it's important to explore that really masculine version of yourself. It's important to explore that really feminine version of yourself, that really soft version of yourself, that really hard version of yourself. So I identify as gender fluid because I'm just exploring, and it feels good. Like when I'm Miguel, I'm trying to learn like to just be one person, because Miguel was made when I was really hurt by a woman. Like she really hurt me. She really broke my heart. And this like identity was made, like, okay, you ain't gonna be hurt no more. Like, and it wasn't even like you're gonna treat people like shit. It was like
women ain't shit either.
You know, ain't shit. For real, there can be real.
I'm just saying that's how you prove that you're equal. It's just admitting that, like, yo, y'all do fucked up things too.
Women really can do some fucked up shit, and they can get away with it,
bro. And that's what gets me mad. I'm like, yo, dog, like you've been talking about feelings for like fucking months now, and when I express my feelings,
they don't want to hear it.
You don't want to hear this shit.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's trash.
Like I think that's so messed up. Like, bro, like just because I've been fucking suppressing all this shit for fucking, I'm like, now that I'm like, dog, I've been hearing all your fucking
feelings. Don't sound good. Don't sound good. I don't fuck with that.
That's the one thing I'm like, damn, dog, it's hard. That's just the toughest thing I think, like expressing with girls and shit. With me personally.
That's unfortunate. I'm sorry that you haven't, like.
I'm just not that strong.
Been able to experience a woman.
I'm just not that strong. I just want to be stronger.
Don't we all, bro?
What's your bench press, bro?
I love you.
What's your bench press, bro? What's your bench? You even lift, bro?
But Miguel was created because a woman hurt me.
Yeah.
And it wasn't in a way of like, I'm gonna hurt other women. It was like, you're just gonna be the person that you want.
Yeah.
You know? So Miguel was very masculine and he treats women very well. But anyways, I'm trying to just be one. I forgot what the question was, but
no, yeah, I feel you on that. So I was even saying that, like how I was telling you about like me being Harmon Warhol, you know what I'm saying? So I guess like when you're involving yourself in that way with a woman in that relationship, you have that perspective, even if you're not truly Miguel or whatever. It's this thing that you created to, like, you know, it's a mindset, you know, your perspective, like your approach to these relationships. So that's when, like, so that is that more like what you're saying, like gender fluidity mean? Because I mean, even though you are in, like how you said, I'm trying to be one. You're trying to be, you know, as much fluid as it is.
Trying to be one.
That's a lot of the things that I try to do myself. Is like Harmon Warhol, whatever, 10% gay, whatever.
I love that.
Yeah, whatever. Brody Stevens, by the way, I stole that. But just putting that all in one, where it's not just so I'm here. It's almost like I feel like MMA is mixed martial arts. A lot of the fighting and stuff is like you need to know everything, and then now that everybody knows everything, now it's about how you flow it together and make it one. And so like, you know, it's like, okay, it's cool you go from boxing into wrestling into this, but like now it's like, hey, instead of being from man to female to fucking Harmon Warhol to fucking, it's like, hey, whatever this is, and the thing is just because you're trying to, you feel it. Now you just gotta feel out the vibe, to put out the vibe, the words, the feeling, so everybody gets it. So you don't even have to say it, like, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And
You understand?
No.
you understand.
Yeah, I think, man, I just felt like I got there with you, right? I felt like I'm like, yo, while I'm saying it, I'm like, yo, like,
yeah, you're starting to make sense.
Is someone
to yourself.
recording this?
Is someone getting this?
Right? Someone needs to be recording this right now, dog.
It's some rash.
Damn, I should get another beer, huh? That's fucked up, bro.
I've been telling you, bro. There's 3 more. We gotta finish those last 2.
Right.
What are you talking about?
Alright, so here, let me go into my deep thing, because this is a deep state. And we can cut the camera off right now if you want, but
That's so tight that you do that.
it's really not, but it is.
It's tight to me.
It's tight to a lot of people when they see it, but the thing is,
You're just like, I do this.
all it means is you're an alcoholic. Damn, I'm on.
It's lit.
Hey, Dan, it's because it's the vibe you bring.
Thank
Damn,
you.
I'm on a game, bro. I'm going back to back, bro. Podcast Poppy. This is Drake back to nigga. Who's the Meek Mill podcaster, bro? You don't want to see me, bro.
I'm on.
Shout out Meek, though,
Yeah,
bro.
I'm on.
But I wanted to go into polyamory. Okay, what's the other thing, though, when people are into anybody, though?
Elaborate.
When, like, what's the other thing of the LGBTQ? What's like, because people will say that to me, because the thing is, at first it was people like making fun, but then also like other people like I've just met like in general think the same thing of me, where it's like I don't like it's not like being bi, and it starts with a P thing. It's not polyamory. So that's what I thought. I was like, oh, polyamory, whatever. And I'm like, no, you think you're just fucking a bunch of hoes when you say no, it's the fucking other thing. I can't remember what it is.
So polyamory is having multiple relationships with other people.
Yeah, no, I know that. What's the other thing though? When it's like you're still monogamous, but like you could be in love with anybody or anything. Because my homies think it's like, oh, I don't think it's just men or women. I think you could get with the transgender or gender fluid or what, and that's the thing.
Maybe an open relationship?
No, not over. Nah, it starts with a P though. It's not polyamory.
It's polyamory. And
I thought it was polyamory, but it's not. It's a different thing, and I don't want to. My phone's recording, so.
You can't look it up.
Yeah.
Polyamory. It's like the same thing as polyamory, but it's different. It's like a different sound.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's why I get confused with it, because it's not polyamory. But anyway, I wanted to get into polyamory just because I thought of that before too, and I've even been with. I've been even very young and very old. I've been with people who wanted to do that. You know what I mean? And I'm very uncomfortable with it. And it's not. It's not because it's more. It's not even uncomfortable with it. I'm more uncomfortable with them. I've never met anyone I could be with where I'm like comfortable. Where like even if that does go down, I'm so comfortable in our relationship. Yeah. Where like. I know I'm good enough for you, and you're, you know, and like we're gonna be cool with it, and we're gonna be move on, like and keep building and keep. I don't feel comfortable. Like it's not like I think that's a cool idea. I'm like, yo,
it's tight.
Just like communism on paper. But when you think about it, all these feelings, when you actually get there in that moment, it's not cool, bro.
Yeah, it's a lot to deal with.
And I take that shit, like you said at the beginning, like we brought that up personal a lot. Like I bring that up personally with me, personally. Yes. Personal. Personally. But I feel like that. Just because it's really hard not to take things personal, and especially being in, like polyamorous, you know what I mean? It's just like that would be very difficult not taking that personal, like them doing it like. I guess maybe because I'm looking in a mirror because I'm like I remember doing certain things like that to either get revenge or feel good about myself or you know what I mean? Is this just like an easy scapegoat into like feeling good and not like being real with yourself, or is this really just because I felt it both ways, you know what I mean, where it's like no, this was really like building a relationship and building each other and like this was good for me and good for us, you know what I mean, all that. So
that's like all of those feelings are so valid, like especially when we come from a society of monogamy, right? So when you explore polyamory, you're just like, oh no, hold the fuck up, like it's a whole different realm than people even understand, and all those feelings are valid because we've never really operated through polyamory. But I find the beautiful thing about healthy polyamory, is when you really feel secure in yourself. Like, you literally have to feel secure in yourself first.
Yeah,
because
you have to.
If you're not, then it's gonna go to shit.
Yeah, you're gonna be second guessing.
You're gonna be insecure. You're gonna be like, well, why are you doing this with them? Why are you doing that with them? You're not doing it with me. You know, you can be very defensive. You can take things personal. I find that polyamory is letting go. Letting go of ego. Ego is a really big thing.
Real big.
And we all have ego. And when you're in polyamory, shit, for real, it's real. Thank you for admitting that. We all do. When you're in polyamory, you have to.
So you in his bed tonight?
Right? You and her? I'm better than that. You know, like, you know, it's a very egotistical thing.
But the thing is, if you getting pussy, or maybe you just need that alone time where it's nothing, like she gonna come back, or I'm gonna be getting whatever. Because the thing is, I shouldn't even be looking at it in that way.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying. You get what I'm saying? The levels of just saying, like, I already know, I'm aware, like, I shouldn't be thinking that way, but you have to at least be there just for it to work, like, you know what I mean? Because I think about those feelings where I'm just like, even if, like, I think about, like, a swap, like, if you just did, like, you know what I mean? Because I've been in one orgy. You know what I'm saying?
I've never been in one orgy. I have, never mind.
Well, it has to be more than 3 people.
Oh, yes.
Okay. I would actually even say it has to be at least 5.
Yes, orgy.
Yeah, orgy. Yeah, and mine was like, I think 7 or 9, because it was actually like in and out. Like it went from like I think it went from like 5, 7, and then it went to 9. It was like 9 people in this bitch by the end of the night. But that's where I felt it being like, oh, this could be like a thing where it's helping people, and like, because like. Pretty much where I figured out an orgy, which was weird. I don't know, again, 10% gay or whatever. I was fingering this girl, and at the same, cause like I was, you know, it was like a whole circle jerk pretty much. Like, I'm getting fucking, you know, girl with on me, I'm fingering a girl, and then she's sucking this dude off. I remember going hard on her, and then she started sucking hit. So it was almost like it felt like that weird, because I kept going, because I'm like, oh, the more I pleasure her, she's pleasuring this.
She's sucking that
dick. Like, she was fun. When she went to, because the thing is, it's like, whether, again, like, even like, I guess, or whatever, because I don't think about it too much, because I don't believe in that. I would guess, like, because I don't know, because when someone on the outside would say, is that, like, are you, because, like, a pleasure in a dude, because I pretty much was almost like indirectly but directly pleasing a dude, because literally halfway through it I realized, like, oh, if I keep going, so then I went, you know what I mean? And then like other people start seeing that, people all, you know what I mean, start, now everybody's kind of noticing it when I start turning it up, you know what I mean? So it's just like, so then that kind of made me start seeing, like, I think you can share partners and stuff and everything, but also at the same time, I'm like, bro, what's your partner look like?
Yes.
You know?
No, that's all valid. That's all valid. And it's normal.
Yeah. So it's just all, I guess, case by case then, huh?
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing about polyamory is being able to work on yourself. Like, you really have to work on yourself. You have to work on your ego. You have to work on letting things go. If polyamory is something you really want and you believe in, then it's constant work, and it's not easy. Because when you're in monogamy, shit's not easy either, because you still have to do work. But polyamory is like you're dealing with other people, you're dealing with yourself, you're dealing with your partner and your partner's desires, and having to accept those desires and your own desires as well. So it's a lot of work, a lot of letting go, a lot of communication, and it's definitely not easy, and it's definitely not for everybody.
If I had that many people into me at one time, I think I'd do it.
Waiting for that. This nigga's gonna say something to make everybody laugh.
I hope they're laughing.
I'm feeling you.
I hope they're laughing. But for real, like, when you start talking about it, I'm like, just the odds of that many people being wanted to be involved in my bullshit.
Yeah, I feel that.
Like, you know what I mean? I have to think about it as bullshit. Because to somebody else, whatever I'm doing, like, oh, that's bull. You know what I mean? Because, like, I see people going to Disneyland, I'm like, that's some bullshit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I get it. One time a year, bro. If you got the money and it's cool, I get it, bro. Because I've been to Disneyland 10 times. I've been to Disney World. Been to Universal Studios. Been to them all, bro. It's not that fun, bro.
It's really not that great at all.
I guess maybe to me locking myself in a room for a day and making songs and doing shit like that is way cooler, or I feel way more productive, and you know what I mean. Now, like I said, 1-2 times a year, Magic Mountain, do some shit, cool. Yeah. That's cool. But like people go to Disneyland, Disney World, whatever, like 6 to 12 times a year, and I'm just like, yo,
I don't understand.
I'm like, fam, yo,
can't relate.
That's like, you know what I mean. So the same thing I get with them, where they're like, why would I be in my room on my computer? You know what I'm saying? So I get it. Yeah. So it's just like, damn. That shit got me thinking. That shit just got me like, it's like like people don't like what I like.
Yeah, that's fucking like.
Damn.
Damn.
Yeah, but like I guess like all that stuff is just like case by case, basis.
Yeah, and with every new connection, it's gonna bring something different out of you that you have to work on.
Yeah, I think that's like even like I said, like personal. Taking it personal, it's really hard. Like for me too.
It's hard not to take things personal.
But the thing is, like, I guess, like, I've been, like, learning myself. I mean, you chime in on this because I definitely want to hear your perspective. Mm-hmm. Taking it personal, but also, like, holding people up to a high regard. You know, when you meet, like, I didn't realize that until later in life that, like, when you meet someone and you like them, you know what I mean? Like, it's also, I play this Wonder Woman thing, too. And this is the other one side of the Wonder Woman theory or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's like when you like someone, you're like, oh shit, like they're the one. You think they're on the same path. They're at the same wavelength. You know what I mean? So you almost assume the things that they, you know what I mean? Oh, well, they would like this, or they want to do this, or that wouldn't be that big of a deal, or da 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 da. But you don't ask, you don't talk, you don't communicate because you assume, because you already think all these other things were great. Good, you know what I'm saying? So like that's the one thing where people fuck up. But then also like, you know, you put things on. That's not my biggest thing. Is like I put things on to people sometimes where I shouldn't. You know what I mean? But also, I have to keep like, hey, Michael, this is you, and no matter what, you're gonna have to have someone who somewhat relates or thinks the same way. Mm-hmm. So I have to have people to a regard, or at least put them through the burner or whatever, because like I'm that way, and I'm you know.
Yeah.
Like on my time, you know what I mean? I ain't fucking around. I gotta be a little bit critical of people, you know what I mean, and stuff. So the thing is, I think about like, so like one thing is you put too much on the people, but then also the Wonder Woman theory is like, once you got Wonder Woman or met Wonder Woman, what would Wonder Woman want with you?
I ain't never heard that perspective before. You.
She Wonder Woman, nigga.
She Wonder Woman. What she want here?
She got
everything.
She is dumb Superman. I'm just saying. Do you ever think about it? You haven't ever heard of that, but
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
I'm so new to what you're saying right now. I'm like, wow, processing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Nothing. You can't chime into nothing.
I can't chime into nothing. I'm processing.
Well, it's what I say. Like I take it personal though. Like you know what I mean. Like I've been involved with like girls like who just want to be friends or just want the sexual thing or whatever. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean. And like I must be too much for, you know what I mean. It's just like or even. But the thing is like obviously there's people I met in my life where like they're like no I'm down or whatever. But I'm like I don't think you down.
I don't think you really down. Are you really down? We talked about that earlier too.
But that's me assuming and guessing. It could be both ways. I think I was right, but I'm just asking and just throwing things out there, trying to get to you to say something.
Okay, what are you asking specifically?
I guess I don't know. It just really is more of like have you felt those feelings? I would guess to me personally. Again, I keep it personal. Yeah. What I'm saying is like. Have you felt those feelings doing like again like polyamory or anything like that, or just relationships in general? I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, like that's valid. That's valid.
The ego, like I said, like I guess what I'm saying is because like I said with poly, because like the ego, like I'd be like, yo, I don't want your sex. I do want your sex. I do want your time.
Yes.
I do want your energy.
Yeah.
But what I need your focus. Yes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the one thing I realized. And that's why I think that would legitimize polyamory if I could feel that focus in the people.
I think a lot of people think polyamory is just about sex.
Yeah.
It's just about fucking around and all that. But there are different. Everybody's different. Individuals are different. They want what they want. They feel what they feel. For me, I'm the same way. Like, yeah, you're into me, but what's up? Like, are you really into my spirit? Are you into my mind? Can we connect on a deeper level than just sex? Everybody can have sex. Yeah. So, like, are you with me?
Yeah.
That's valid. That's how I feel all the time. Like, there's so many people that hit me up like, oh, you polyamorous, da da da. But I'm like, but what's on your mind?
Yeah.
What's in your spirit? What's in your heart? Because otherwise, I don't have any interest in that.
Everybody got good intentions, homie.
Not everybody.
They think they do.
They think they do, for real. They think they got good intentions, but there's people who are polyamorous who really genuinely care about.
That's why I think it's hard. It's really hard to care. It's hard to care.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to find people who care. And for me, I've been in relationships and I've been in connections where people really didn't care. They just wanted to use me, and so now it's kind of foreign to me when I meet somebody and they really care. I'm like, hold on, you really care?
Ooh.
What, you really want? Hold on. Like, you really want me?
Yeah.
Why?
How do we deal with that? Because I'm asking because I'm trying to infiltrate women right now. Because I'm trying to figure it out. Because I'm just like, then it's like, okay, so that's where you get, you know what I mean? Because like, whether you're getting out of a relationship, that's your past. You know, that when the girl says that, you know what I mean? Even a dude, like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's because, you know what I mean, you're trying to protect yourself, you know what I mean, and your time, you know what I mean, energy, all that stuff, yourself. That's what I'm saying. Yourself is encapsulating. It's all those things, you know what I mean. But like, again, I guess that's where I come across too. Is like, all right, how much time do you need? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're just thinking like, okay, when's the deadline?
You know what I mean? And also, you know what I mean? Next thing you know, it's like, oh wait, it was 2 months because I left you. The next thing you know, 2 months you up in another relationship. So it's like, it could have been. It could have been just like, maybe, okay, just be real with yourself, and then it just wasn't right with us. You know what I mean? Because I feel like you're never ready, and if you just feel it, you're going to go with it because you felt that great about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So you're saying, how do you go about...
I'm just talking.
Oh. Are you asking questions?
I am kind of. I'm asking questions, but I'm like both. I'm like venting and talking at the same time. I'm just trying to pick your brain, you know what I mean? Because you like put it out there like that, you know what I mean? So I'm just trying to come like, what can I get from it?
I feel you.
Yeah.
So what was a question exactly that you're asking? Like, how do you deal with that? Or...
I guess, yeah, like I just said, like always just take it, like, you know, that ego, you have to check it.
Always.
That's pretty much the ego, and then just not...
That's the biggest thing of polyamory, is your ego. Yeah. And it's checking in with your ego. Is this valid?
Who's...
It sounds like us.
But anyway,
But thank you for opening up to me, venting.
I don't know what that was for the last 10 minutes.
It's okay, I hear you, bro.
You got anything to say or put out to the people?
I just want to say, you gonna get through it. That's like the biggest thing. I feel like we're all going through some real ass shit, all of us. And it's important to know that it's a purpose to it. I know it's hard when people tell you like it's for a reason, everything happens for a reason, it's helping you grow, and in the moment it's like, fuck that, like I'm hurting, I'm genuinely hurting. But when you get on the outside of it, you're like, okay, that did teach me something, it did help me grow. And so it's just like, hold on to that hope. And I feel like I can really say that because I just recently went through some really rough shit and I held on. I held on, I fought, like I always do, and I get on the end and I'm like, damn, okay, life is beautiful.
How do you hold on?
I feel like there's just so much beauty. There's so much beauty in life. Like, it's hard in the moment when you think about all your pain, you think about all the shit that you've been through, but if you really think about life in general, it's really honestly beautiful. Like, to taste, to love, to feel pleasure, to feel laughter, to feel moved by anything that you feel moved by. Like, that's beautiful. And what even is it? What even is it? It's just like astounding as a whole, you know? So it's just it's so deep when you can get out of your head and all the shit that you're going through, and then really step outside of yourself and be like, oh fuck, life is actually really beautiful. Like the moments that we can get drunk and we can talk about our problems, we can talk about whatever the fuck we want. We can laugh, we can smoke. We can hear a song and it can make us feel amazing. You can feel all these sensations, or you can meet somebody and fall in love, or not even fall in love, but feel those sensations of love. Like, that's something that I feel is underestimated because we're so normal, we're so used to it, you know?
I say numb.
Numbness is a real ass thing.
Those things, all those things that you said also hurt us.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what I keep coming across. I'm like, why is it always intertwined? I feel like it's always people's trauma and people's hurt. And all those things are related to a lot of things that made them feel good at one time. Yeah. And I think about that a lot, talking to people. Like I said, like whether it's women or men, even like I talk to my dad, sister, mom, friends, you know what I mean, strangers. It's always like those past things, you know what I mean? It's just like crazy, but like again, like if you're able to step outside your own personal things, I can relate it back to me. You know, you could see the, you know, the natural beauty of things, and those are all necessary in order to grow, you know.
Yes. And it's actually there is beauty in it all, and balance. That's what I'm learning. Like I noticed that if I have a really good day, the next day I'll probably have a bad day. And I'll be like, what the fuck? Yesterday was so good.
I was trying to keep this momentum going.
I was trying to keep it going. But then I realized it really is balance. And just like when you have those really low moments, it makes you appreciative of the good moments. And I think that's really what it's about. Like just pushing through and seeing through to the next moment, and then meeting people who relate to you or not even, giving you new perspectives, and just being able to live. I think it's really beautiful when you can step outside of yourself and be like, okay, there's a bigger purpose outside of my own pain, and there's more to life, because I really think that life is beautiful. And I just got out of a place where I was like, life is really shitty and I don't want to be here anymore. But then I could really, after I let that shit pass and I fought through, I was like, yo, man, being able to sing, being able to dance, being able to hear songs, be like, ooh, this shit is it. Just little things like that makes me think like, okay, yeah, it really is worth it to fight through and to be here. So that's what I want to say to everybody, like, just hold on to that hope and know that, like, you're worthy and you're valuable, and people really fuck with you. Like, I think we don't think people fuck with us, but people really fuck with us.
I think about that shit all the time. I think it's almost sick personally to me, like how many times I just, you know what I mean, why aren't you doing this, or why aren't you doing that, you know what I mean? I like those thoughts. Don't get me wrong, I hardly ever act on those feelings, but those feelings definitely come through my brain.
They're real as fuck.
Even if it's for like 5 seconds, I'm like, why did I think like that?
Yeah.
Why did I do that? You know what I mean, or whatever. But those thoughts definitely come through my brain. But it's always good. Like that's why I'm glad I'm older and stuff like that, where like I don't act upon them and like you know just do right, like you know, because I was like, oh, again, don't take it personal. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, and it's just like we're all living and learning.
This shit sounds like a Babyface Lil Wayne song. Personal. Personal.
That's Beyonce.
No, because he said it, he did it over. Bro.
He did?
Are you going to have to make me Lil Wayne? Bro. Okay, let's go. I was going to end it, but like, if you're going to have a concert, it's like 5 hours long, you know what I mean? 3 acts.
3 acts? Okay. What?
Who's performing? 50,000 people.
Yeah, I could pick.
Yeah, you can even perform.
Oh shit. I would for sure perform.
It could be joint acts too if you want.
Dang, that's a crazy question. Damn.
Drip.
Probably be me.
Okay.
Mad Spill.
Okay.
That nigga's tight. I'll just pick a local artist.
Yeah, you a bunch of local artists.
A lot of local artists are tight. No, for real, really talented.
Name off a few.
Love Matt Spill. Love Mungo Baby. He's from Oakland. Love Honest. I love Sid the Creative. I love Heina Next Door.
No,
She's
really?
tight.
That was
She's
that
tight
girl
as
about the
fuck.
OnlyFans thing I was talking about.
What? How did that go into?
I said that on purpose. So anyway, you're on OnlyFans.
Are you subscribed? Because I remember sending you the
Okay,
link.
yeah. So I'm in a conundrum.
Okay.
If I sign up for your OnlyFans, I'm gonna sign up to other people's OnlyFans.
Yes.
I don't want to do that.
I feel that.
There's always like a girl or a person where I'm like, oh, this might be it. But I'm like, bro, if I open this box, bro, what? Like, if
You're gonna be curious.
I'm gonna be searching other people and looking like, what did they do?
Oh, I'm in that circle too.
And I want to do it, but I don't want to do it. You know what I mean? There's only one time where a whole year I paid for porn. And I appreciated it and I liked it, but at the same time I was like, bro, I can get by with just fucking free porn. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
You know what I mean?
It's valid.
And then also it's just weird when it's someone you know.
No, it's crazy.
I know one girl who is a porn star, Riley Patton, or not Riley Patton, yeah, Riley Patton? Or not Riley Reid. Riley Reid's famous.
Mm-hmm.
But Riley, okay, I don't know. But either way, I went to high school with almost like 1 year off, you know what I mean? And she's a porn star and she got a little play and she's still doing shit like that. And like, even watching her, it's like weird. It's either amplified or like numbed, because I'm just like, damn, this is, because like you start thinking like, so I'm like, you know what I mean? I want to.
Yeah.
But, you know. I don't want to open Pandora's box, because I know you ain't the only one out here.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But how's that going? I honestly would want to do that. I would want to do it myself.
You should.
But I'm not going to do it by myself, though.
I feel you.
I'm trying to do it, you know.
With other people?
With
with your significant other, your partner?
It would be cool to be significant other, because then, you know, in the long run, that would help. If I'm just doing it with a bunch of random girls, I don't see another random girl trying to wife me. Again, I want a girl to wife me up.
Runny.
You got to pull me out the game, huh?
Runny. Runny. But I really do enjoy OnlyFans. Why do I enjoy OnlyFans? Because it's a way to express myself, and I do have a lot of sexual trauma growing up, and it's just a way to be like, I'm not gonna let that. I'm gonna own my own self and express myself in these ways. And I don't just make videos. Like, I really am inclusive of people, and like wanting to know what their desires are, wanting to know what their passions are, wanting to know, like, I hear you. If it's something you want, then I would love to make that come to life for you in a video, because I think it's important for people to feel safe, for people to feel seen, because often when you subscribe to porn and you don't know the person, like, they're not really interacting with you in a way where they genuinely care about you. They just want your money, you know? And for me, it's not like that for me. It's like, yo, you want to subscribe to my OnlyFans? Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Like, you feel turned on by me? Thank you. You feel safe in my space? Thank you. Like, I truly honor the people who are subscribed to my OnlyFans. And it's like, it's really beautiful to be able to be like, yes, this is how I feel in my sexuality, and this is how I want to express myself, and I want to show my pleasure. And I think pleasure is so important, because it's key to life. Like, just feeling good and being able to do that for yourself. So when people subscribe to my OnlyFans and they communicate to me, like, I really listen to them. I really hear them out, because I have lots of sexual trauma, and I've experienced like not feeling seen, not feeling heard. And so I just want to make sure that everybody who's in my OnlyFans, they feel safe, they feel seen, they feel valued, because I value these niggas, like, for real. Thank you for supporting me in my life and feeling this way towards me. What the fuck? Like, that shit blows my mind.
See, that? No, it's the weird thing though. Like, okay, talk about ego and things or whatever. That's the one thing. Like, I don't think I could trip. I don't think I would trip if my girl was like doing that. Like, like, don't get me wrong. Like, because like even I had like, okay, even young, this is just weird to bring it up, but this is just like something relatable. It was like I had a girlfriend at one time, but she wanted to date girls or whatever, and she didn't want to like share or nothing, so she just wanted her own relationship with a girl she wanted to explore, which I understand, especially older now, I get, but at the same time I'm like, yo, I was even jealous of that, like, yo, time and shit. So, like, even with the OnlyFans thing, I could see someone like, oh, but, like, with that, it's just different to me for some reason, because it's just with the pleasure thing, where, like, I don't know if I could be, like, you know, if, like, a guy's like, oh, does your girl do porn because you date a, you know what I mean, or if your girl does only, I don't think I would trip, you know what I'm saying?
That's good.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I was just thinking about that. I thought I'd put that out there. Maybe someone else wants to be like, no, nigga, never, no. You know?
Never, nigga.
Yeah. But I personally also would do a fucking OnlyFans with, like, my significant other and, like, you know what I mean? Hopefully that shit would pay for some trips, you know what I mean? Like, babe, they can watch us fuck, and then we can, you know, pay for vacations.
Yeah, OnlyFans has definitely helped me. I mean, I don't make a lot, but I make enough to get by because OnlyFans takes a percentage of your money, which is ass. But, you know, personal videos and all that, like, it's really helped me. And aside from that, like, the people who do talk to me on there and connect with me, like, it feels good. Because it's like, okay, like, I see you, I hear you.
Yeah.
And you see me, and I see you, and it's just like, it makes me feel good. Like, okay, we're on a mutual level. You don't feel dirty. And I know that porn can feel that way. Like, you can watch a porn video, like, you can just come and feel dirty, like, you know, and I don't want anybody to feel that way in my space, because pleasure is beautiful. Like, what the fuck? Pleasure is actually really beautiful if you really think about it. But
it's gonna be hard to do it now for me, Desiree, because I know you now.
No, okay, I think it's great when you know people. I talked about this on my story. Porn, you know, you see people you don't know and you masturbate to them, and
but at least they don't know. I just jerked off.
At least they don't know, but I would like to know. When people tell me like, yo, I love this video you made, it made me come and made me feel good, I'm like, yes, man, that makes me feel good.
I'm gonna take a generally guess. I guarantee you both male and female said that to you. No? Or just male?
Yes.
Both male or female, or just male?
Both male and female.
Yeah, I knew it. Yeah, see? I knew if I'm jerking off on video, it might be one girl. And it's gonna be all dudes.
It's mainly dudes.
It's gonna be like...
But that's okay. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for everybody.
Man, I don't know if I can jerk off for dudes, bro.
I think it's great when it's people you know. I understand though if people don't want to know the people and you just want to feel disconnected, you want to get your nut off, that's totally fine. Yeah, but I find that
there's a disconnect right there.
There is a disconnect, and I've had a problem with that, like just masturbating to people I didn't know and just feeling like, I nutted to you, but I didn't know you, and that's okay. That's fine. Everybody has their own thing. But I think it's cool when you actually know somebody, or you feel more like, ooh, I know them, like, ooh, and they're like, they're cool with it, you know?
I was just thinking about this strip club I went to.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Yeah.
Let's just say that a stripper did me a favor at the strip club.
Okay.
And there was definitely a bunch of emotions once the stripper was done with me.
She handled you.
And
she took care of you.
Yeah. Hell of a woman.
I love that.
Bliss definitely went to uncertainty once the endeavor was over. And it just made me question morality.
That's a real ass woman, bro.
Yeah, she was bad, and I just had to sit there and just be like, did that just happen?
Ooh.
Did she just...
Yeah.
That happened today. How do I feel? Why do I feel? She doesn't feel anything.
That shit is crazy.
Man, this is crazy.
She does that. That's her job, bruh.
Wow, I'm just not in your bed, pussy. You're just a lad inside. Yeah, that was a crazy endeavor.
That's tight though. I hope that it didn't affect you that much.
I don't know. Still haven't walked.
I don't know. Still thinking, looking back at it now, no.
I probably have.
I don't know.
No, honestly, I just found out like that's when I liked intimacy and like connection.
Yes.
But I found that out in college though. Like,
Oh, that's great.
was just like, you know, I would say like that, like, oh yeah, I went through the crazy like, oh bro life, like just banging chicks, and then like I realized like, oh, this is like, unless it's someone you're really into, this shit, sex is boring.
Absolutely.
Like it's just getting a nut off. Like,
I couldn't.
the only time it's actually like euphoria is when it's like it's someone you like or someone you didn't think that would like you.
Yes.
That's when it's euphoria.
Yes, and I'm demisexual, so that means that I can't have a sexual attraction to a person unless I feel an emotional connection to them. And I find every time that when I really care about them, when I really genuinely feel for them,
that nut pop off.
that's when I'm squirting. I'm squirting. I can't believe in my mind. I'm like, oh my god, you're touching me, bruh. You're touching me, and it feels so.
You're like
it's
touching through me.
sensational. Yes, like you see me, you hear me, you feel me, and I think that that's beautiful. Like, I wanna pleasure you. I wanna share this moment with you. I wanna feel this intimacy with you, and you're valid.
Like I want to
you know?
be in you while I'm in you.
Yes, I wanna feel your
like,
soul.
So, like I don't want to just be in you.
Yeah.
I want to be in you. You know what I'm
For
saying?
real.
Like,
I want to be in you. I want to know everything about you.
Yeah.
I want to know how to please you.
I want to be all those sappy love stupid songs.
Yes.
Yeah, all that shit. That's when it's actually hit.
It
hit
hits.
different. Like it's,
It
it
hit
hit different.
different.
When SZA made that shit, I'm like that's exactly like when it hit different.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are starting to be on that wave now.
I hope
Like,
so,
you know?
bro, because I'm tired of being. I'm so sick of being lonely. Every night. You know that song?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's all. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all humans. I think a lot of people are trying to make it seem like we're not fucking human. When you come into the world, you literally have to be cared for. You literally have to be loved. You have to be shown affection, or you will die.
Yeah.
So that's how we're brought into the world. And so to go through life and think, I don't have to show affection, I don't have to love, I can just hook up with people, that is not human.
People listen to too much fucking Kanye 808s and heartbreaks, bro. That's what I think. That's my
think people
theory.
are scared.
That's my Pythagorean theorem.
That's the only thing I remember from high school.
That's why I say it.
Pythagorean.
Fucking and my one teacher who was for my apprenticeship and everything, so like we had to reintroduce it to like geometry and shit and everything in the apprenticeship. Mind you, I'm like 24. I've graduated college and did pre-calculus, so you know what I mean. I know the Pythagorean theorem.
That's crazy.
And then so like this teacher who's apprentice, mind you, I don't know how to build a spiral stair. He does.
Yeah.
You know what he doesn't know?
What?
Pythagoras. He was like, he's trying to teach me, and I'm like this, Pythagoras? And he's just like, oh yeah, I guess it's Pythagoras. Yeah, but the thing is, he knows how to build a spiral stair, and I do not. So who's the real dum-dum? You know what I mean? I just know how to read words, but you know, he knows how to apply knowledge.
That's right.
But yeah, that's why I use Pythagorean theorem, because I realized like a lot of dumb people even had to try to read that word.
Yeah.
Even dumb kids get to try geometry.
I hate it. I'm not good at math at all. I remember the Pythagorean theorem, but I can see it in my mind, but I don't even remember how to do it. So it's foreign to me.
Math in college. I don't know why I'm going down this tangent. We should end this. Let's end it. Let's end it. Let's end this shit.
Thanks for tuning in.
What are you gonna say? Desiree, Smiley Desi, motherfucking bucket hat butterflies, Pythagorean theorem. I'm 10% Pythagorean. White Claw, Stella, Bump Box. I don't know what to say. And
Harmon Warhol Show. Where's your freaking thing?
oh, it's over there. I already edited it.
You chucked it at the camera in the beginning.
Every time.